and I wanted to see why he wanted to get into the vending business, because I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess to eat free candy, I guess. I don't know. Why?
All right, welcome guys to All Things Gumball. As you just saw, that was my daughter. So I got my hair. Oh. Well, all right. All right, All Things Gumball, as you just saw, that was my daughter. I'm sure you've seen her before in other videos. And the question is, why did I get in the vending business, to be honest? You know, there was a time a while back to All Things Gumball. Again, I apologize for not making videos as much as I used to. I used to really get into making videos, and I think my business is just growing so much that I don't even remember the date that I got started. It's just growing so much that I'm just running out of time to make vending machine videos. I wanted to show you a vending machine that I bought just recently. Check this machine out. This machine, doing that kind of stuff, and in that way it kind of adds to the, you know, the interesting video. Okay.
Well, you just have to cut it.
Here is a gumball machine. You can actually put 1-inch rubber balls in here. You can put 1-inch rubber balls in here also. No, but just keep going back and forth to you and me.
Okay.
You're listening, you're smiling, and I'm talking, and you can talk. You can smile while I'm talking, so on. The audience will be able to hear me when I'm talking. Okay, ready?
Yep.
How do you look?
And action.
How do you look in that shot?
Beautiful.
And I love this machine. It's so cool. It's a pinball machine. I mean, I grew up in the time when pinball machines were kind of the rave, or whatever the word is. They were the things that people loved to do when they went to the arcade. And so you put a quarter in, and then the vending machine will kick out a quarter, or kick out a gumball. So you put a quarter in here, and the gumball machine will kick out a gumball. Did I say that right? Start over.
Beautiful.
Make it a little bigger. Make me yeah, like that. I want to see more the background and stuff. I don't want to be so close up. All right, so why did I get started in the vending business? I don't really remember when it was. I just remember, you know, I bought a vending machine probably at a garage sale or something, and it was just a fluke thing, and I didn't really know much about the business. And believe it or not, when I got into the business, and if you hit the spot in the center, it'll give you a second gumball. So basically you get 2 gumballs for the price of 1. And I'm going to put this in a place where there are a lot of children. I think a lot of children will love to play this. As you can see here, I've got 2 floor plans. You've got one that is soccer and one that is football. When I got into the business, you know, there wasn't really any videos on YouTube about how to get into the vending business. So I went to a few websites, and I learned a couple of things about the bulk candy vending business. One, the vending machines are going to make about $10 a month profit on average, okay? I'm probably going to put the soccer one, or leave the soccer one in the machine, because the place I want to put it has a lot of Hispanic people, and Hispanic people, they love soccer. I mean, American people, we don't really love soccer very much. If your machine is making $10 a month, well, that's the average amount. I mean, if you can get it higher, 25 or so, $50 a month, then that's a fantastic location. If you're making $15 a month on average, you're making a lot more money than the average machine makes. And if you're making $5, well, that's par for the course. If this machine was going in a place where there's a lot of American people, American kids, I'd probably do the football. Americans like football more than soccer, I guess, and the rest of the world love soccer, and we haven't really gotten on that bandwagon or that train yet. My first machine made $80 in the first month, and that's what got me hooked on doing the vending business.
I just like eating the candy.
You know, you like eating the candy, but you haven't done this business that long. But when you do the business for a long time, you do get tired of eating the candy. Just wanted to share with you a little bit about what's going on. As I said earlier in a video, I
mean, I really want some donuts. You know, I even had that today. Some guy said, hey, can you put donuts inside of there? I was like, no, it has to slide, I found out.
Earlier, I did hire somebody. Well, actually, it's not, I didn't really hire somebody. I became a partner with somebody. So, I'll tell you a little bit more about that as I go. Speaking of sliding, I saw a guy put gummy bears in his vending machine, and I'm thinking, is this guy an idiot? The gummy bears are not going to slide down, and they kind of clumped up in the machine. So as I was saying, the first machine that I had made $80 gross. Gross means that's, you know, when you open the machine, pull out the coins, when you count the money, everything equals gross before your expenses. So if you calculate how much money you've spent, like let's say you spent $30 on the candy and you pull $80 out, your profit is $50, but the gross is $80. I hope you guys are doing well in your vending business. And what else can I say? I was in Vegas a while back. By the way, the vending machine that I showed you just recently, that pinball gumball machine, I bought it in Colorado. I bought it in Denver.
Hi.
My machine, first machine made $80. If the machine only made $2 or $4 or $5, I probably wouldn't be in this business. I might be making videos on how to build houses or something. So who knows where my life would have gone. But when I was in Amway, they taught us many things. But one of the things I would tell us, find something simple and make it duplicatable. And I thought to myself, the vending business is simple and it's duplicatable. Just get one more machine. And I keep telling you guys, just buy one more machine, okay? If you don't have any machines sitting in your house, if you've got no machines in your house, you have no motivation to get one more machine out. If you have one machine in your living room or your kitchen or your dining room or your bathroom or whatever, your closet or whatever, every day you see that machine, you're going to be thinking, I've got to get that machine out. And it's going to motivate you to find one more location, which will bring your income up a little bit. I was helping a friend of mine move. We were in Denver, and I thought, well, we've got an empty truck going back to Dallas, Texas, where I live.
And actually, I have one in my apartment, and I like what he was saying is I haven't been motivated to find a location because I can easily just stick it under my bed. And once you find that location, you can be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll put it right in. Yeah, and it's better to put it in that day so there's no issues later on, or they kick you out maybe a week later, or if you, what I'm kind of saying is if you bring it a week later after they said yes, they may say, oh, we don't want it anymore. So you gotta bring it in right away.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got an empty truck going back to Dallas, Texas, where I live. And let me see if there's any sales. What she says is true. If you find a location, don't hesitate to get that machine out into that location immediately. Get that machine out as fast as possible, because in a week, you know, they may have a change of heart. They may go, well, we wanted it then, and I've changed my mind. I'm going to put a chair there, or a plant there, or a printer there, a big Xerox printer, or whatever. So have it in your car, ready to go when you go out looking for locations. Have some candy in a cooler if it's hot outside. so the candy doesn't melt in the car while you're out looking for locations. And there's two ways you can find locations. You can walk around knocking on doors, or you can get on the phone and start making phone calls. And both ways work. If you're out knocking on doors, if you talk to 10 people, one will say yes. That's about the average. And if you're on the phone, you're probably going to talk to about 20 people, and one will say yes. So, but if you're not, or if it's very hot outside, like right now it's about 100 degrees outside in Texas, if you're out walking around, it's extremely exhausting in this heat.
Yeah.
And if you're on the phone, you can sit at your desk, on a computer, in an air-conditioned room, and you're not going to find as many as quickly. And another thing is, when you're on the phone, you don't get to see what the business looks like. So if you're traveling and you have a vehicle and you're 100 miles or 200 miles away from home, check out some things for sale on maybe Craigslist or OfferUp, 5 Mile, Facebook Marketplace. And so that's what I did. I thought, well, we're driving back to Dallas with an empty vehicle. I could carry something. And I ended up picking up 3 vending machines in Denver. And once you drive up, you may say to yourself, well, look at this. There's only like 3 cars in the parking lot. What kind of a business is this? And the number of cars don't really even represent the number of people that go into the building or come out of the building, such as the customers or the employees, because I've got a place where you drive up and there's 100 cars in the parking lot, and anybody would think this is going to be the most fantastic place because it's got 100 cars in the parking lot. But all of those people go in, they drop off their car, they go inside and they grab a set of keys for a truck, and they go and they run off and they do service calls. This is a place that, for an example, if you've got a fire in your house, well, there's smoke damage, there's fire damage. When the fire department comes, they spray water, so there's water damage. And this company, what they do is they clean those kind of places like that. And so when you drive up, you see 100 cars in the parking lot, but none of those employees are staying there in the building. They're running around checking fire damage. So, number of cars doesn't represent the number of quarters you're going to get, but for the most part it will. For the most part it will. I would say a 99% of the chance, the number of cars represent the amount of money you're going to make. So you do want to find a location that has more than 20 cars. What was I going to say about that?
And even so, we have a location that usually I'll just say the Asian or Oriental people don't usually eat the candy, but yet if there is a lot of Americans that come into the place, or maybe Hispanic or whatever, they actually will eat the candy, and it'll actually do pretty well. Like, we have one over in the Richardson area, and it does phenomenal, and we have to go like every week, or sorry, every month. Every week would be crazy, but every month we have to go, and I fill it all the way to the top now because they eat that much candy. Talking like, you know what place.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see how it does, and we're even thinking about going a little bit above and beyond, maybe putting more candy in to those places that eat a lot of candy, because I hate to see the candy go all the way empty, but then they know that it's really, really fresh. So it's like, you gotta learn how to like balance it out, kind of, you know, depending on the location. Anything else you want to say besides that?
I guess to add to that, I agree with you on that. If it's an Asian restaurant and only Asian people are eating there, for some reason the Asian people, the parents don't really want their kids to be eating candy. I don't know why, but maybe it's just a healthy thing. They want their kids to eat healthy. So
Americans not so much.
Well, we were thinking about putting broccoli and asparagus in one of the vending machines where all the Asian people are. But they wouldn't slide, so we thought peas. How about frozen peas? We could do frozen peas.
No. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so if it's an Asian restaurant, if there's not a lot of Americans going in there, you may not make very much money, okay? I hope that helps you with your business. We are at our next location, and I will catch you guys, we'll catch you guys on another video. Have a good morning, have a good evening, or have a good afternoon. Have a good morning, have a good evening, or have a good afternoon.
Have a great time. Okay, bye.